Everybody, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here. Don't forget to subscribe. Obviously, it's still traveling today, but the show must go on. Because today we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence, specifically for national security. But I've got some thoughts on this. Now, Kyle Wiggers of TechCrunch had a really good write-up on this, and here's what's going on. Because the AI company Anthropic says it has released a new set of AI models tailored specifically for U.S. national security customers. These new models were a custom set of quote-unquote Claude Gov models and were, and I quote, built based on direct feedback from our government customers to address real-world operational needs, end quote. That's according to Anthropic in a blog post. Now, compared to Anthropic's consumer and enterprise-focused models, the new custom Claude Gov models were designed to be applied to government operations for things like strategic planning, operational support, and intelligence analysis. And so, writing in their post, Anthropic also said, and I quote, "These models are already deployed by agencies at the highest level of the U.S. national security, and access to these models is limited to those who operate in such classified environments. They underwent the same rigorous safety testing as all of our Claude models." Now, Anthropic has increasingly engaged government customers here in the United States as it looks for new sources of revenue, as most businesses do. Back in November, the company teamed up with Palantir and AWS, Amazon Web Services, essentially to sell Anthropic's AI to defense customers as well. And Anthropic says its new custom Claude Gov models better handle classified material, quote unquote, refuse less when engaging with classified information and have a greater understanding of documents within intelligence and defense contexts. These models also have a quote-unquote enhanced proficiency in language and dialects critical to national security operations, as well as, quote, improved understanding interpretation of complex cybersecurity data for intelligence analysis. Now, Anthropic obviously isn't the only AI company going after defense contracts. OpenAI is looking at building a closer relationship with the DoD. Excuse me. Meta recently revealed that it's making its Llama models available to defense partners. Even Google is refining its Gemini AI to basically make it capable of working within classified governments. And Cohere, which primarily builds AI products for businesses, is also collaborating with Palantir to deploy its AI models. And that's, again, where we're at. So my issues here are twofold. One, my fear here is that an artificial intelligence could potentially get people killed. And what I'm talking about is especially those warfare or warfighting operators like special forces that oftentimes are running on intel that needs to be properly interpreted before they're dropped into Abbottabad to kill Osama bin Laden, right? And if the artificial intelligence is making connections or determinations and starts hallucinating, that literally could put something like, a SEAL team or Delta or something in the line of fire in a way they shouldn't be and cause casualties that, quite frankly, no military or government or society wants to see. The other side of it is my concern here is that leveraging artificial intelligence within the government, especially since we know that a lot of this data, especially on us, the citizens, is essentially being aggregated and moved to Palantir to build some kind of national database. Again, I'm not getting political here. This is literally what is happening by all accounts. Leveraging an artificial intelligence that is focused on, let's say, intelligence could then start making connections that don't necessarily exist about U.S. citizens and, let's say, ties to foreign entities that they might not necessarily have ties to, but because of some language, some travel thing, something, they get caught up in it. There's a lot of false positives that come with this. AI is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. While it continues to improve, it continues to have issues. It continues to hallucinate. It continues to make mistakes. Study after study after study has shown that. And I think this is essentially a bad idea. But I also know it's going to be an idea that's going to happen no matter how much I complain or everybody else complains. And so here we are. The best thing I think that we can do, is try to maintain the privacy as best we can. But, we have to submit data to the government. If you're a tax-paying individual here in the United States, they've got a ton of your information, not to mention Social Security and everything else. So I'm not a fan of this. I think you know that. But again, like the video/podcast I did yesterday, we're just going to have to live with it, I guess. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private, take care, and online. Take care.